So the final thing here in our vulnerability scanning process, so we've defined a policy, we've created a scan or scan template so that you can launch your predefined policy against a list of targets. Then you get a list of results. So if we look at one here, I'll just quickly take a look at this web application scan that I happened to just run before. You can see Nessus went out and detected a bunch of vulnerabilities. It lists out the severity here. And Nessus 5, of course, has 5 new vulnerability severity types. So if we look at the patch order, you can see that there's critical, there's high, there's medium, there's low, and there's informational. Okay, so informational is one of the new categories, as is critical. And what information allows us to do is say that there's no severity or risk associated with that particular vulnerability. It's a condition. I describe it to people as a condition on the network. So you can see the port scanner said, hey, these ports are open. A port being open by itself is not necessarily a vulnerability, but it is a condition that Nessus found. So as you can see, you can drill down into all the different ports that are open on a host, and see the different views and quickly drill down into the information. I can look at each host and what vulnerabilities are present. I can double click there. I can drill down into all these different ones, get to the details very quickly. So that was the host, the vulnerabilities, the ports on that vulnerability, and then quickly drilling down into the details associated with that particular vulnerability found on that service. So really nice way, both the vulnerability summary and the host summary, to work with your results. And as you'll see, when we execute a scan, these happen in real time, so you can see the progress as they happen. So for example, if I were to go execute a scan here, for example, let's pick one that runs pretty quickly where you can see some results. So I'm going to launch this web application scan I configured, and you can see once I click launch, it's actually running. And I can double click here, and as that runs, you'll see results happen in real time. We can sort by status here. If I go into reports, I can also see it running. So when a scan has been launched, I see it in scans. Down here it says it's running and the time that it started. If I go back to reports, I can see here that it shows up and the status is running. I can see my complete one I executed earlier, and I can see one that's running. So we already have some results from informational level plugins. Now if I go to host summary, here's where I can see the progress bar that will tell me how far along Nessus is scanning each individual host.